But this is Anisha here with a very important update for all of you guys. NMIMS has changed its weightage for the final selection criteria. So every year on the first day when the actual interviews get started, in the briefing session they announce what is the final weightage given to each component in the final selection criteria to make it to NMIMS. So today was the first day and all the interviews are this time happening offline at the NMIMS Mumbai campus. In the first briefing session, the changed weightage selection for parameters for all the components is shared with us. Let's have a quick look at it. So this time what they have done is they have reduced the weightage of NMAT to a 60%. It keeps varying. 1 year it was 50%, 1 year 70%. Now for this year, the NMAT weightage is 60%. Watson-Glaser test, which was something which was introduced new last year, has a weightage of 10%. For people who are still clueless, what is this Watson-Glaser test? I'll give you guys a brief overview of it. Essentially, it's a psychometric test which is testing your critical thinking, analytical thinking, how are you able to understand or perceive the situations and making decisions based on that. So this is going to be a 30 minutes test which is online, 40 questions which is divided into 5 sections. Okay, each section has 8 questions. These 5 sections come from different categories where you have questions based on inference, deductions, evaluating the arguments, conclusion and assumptions based questions. So जो आपने NMAT के critical reasoning में पढ़ा है उसका easier level questions है, decision making की easier questions है, where you can for example get questions where you are given a set of statements and then set of conclusions. You have to say whether conclusion follows, conclusion does not follow, only conclusion 1 follows or only conclusion 2 follows. Those are the conclusion 1's questions. Inference based questions is जो statements दिया है उसके बाद जो inference है, you have to give what is the inference, is it true, is it not true. So the structure can be in different formats. Essentially 40 questions, 30 minutes, multiple choice questions to test you as a person, your situational thinking. Keep in mind always think like a manager. That will be helpful for you to prioritize the tasks, to understand what they are asking. Make sure you read the questions twice, especially questions where assumptions and your conclusions are given, because it's very carefully required to understand what they have said. Okay? So that's our Watson-Glaser test. Then we have a written ability test, WAT, which is 10% of weightage. Usually it is case-based WAT. What do I mean by that is case-based WAT mein a case scenario is given and you're asked to analyze the situation. People who have been attending all the sessions with us, or especially the last 3 days of NMIMS bootcamp sessions, please revise the structures, the frameworks, the sample case based what's on your dashboard and go for the interviews. It will be very helpful for you. Have an organized and a structured way of presenting your answers. This is also online, it's not written, so you have to type it. So make sure आप आपकी typing की practice भी कर रहे हो, and when you are doing that typing, please give 2 minutes of time to yourself to review and make sure there are no spelling or grammatical mistakes, because that is something which we cannot afford at this stage of your career trajectories, right? So that is about your what. Then comes our personal interview. 10% weightage is given to the personal interview. All the interviews are happening offline, face-to-face in the NMIMS Mumbai campus. For people who have been shortlisted for Mumbai and the other off campuses also, it's one common interview. Your final selection will be based on that one interview itself. So please make sure, 1, you have read your SOP 5 times. Be ready for anything and everything that can be asked based on your SOP. Know your own journey, your resume, which we say very well. Your job is to portray why you are a good fit for NMIMS, and very obviously please be prepared about why NMIMS for you. So read about NMIMS, talk to seniors, make sure you guys have good content and not generic answers, because this personal interview is very important. It's the first one-on-one face-to-face interaction with the panelists. Okay? Then we have 5% weightage given to work experience. Usually in case of freshers, what they do is ये 5% में they consider the एक्स्ट्रा करिकुलर्स और अचीवमेंट्स उसको 5% वेटेज दे देते हैं, बट दैट ऑल्सो हेल्प्स इन योर ओवरऑल प्रोफाइल. ठीक है, तो वर्क एक्स है तो 5% वेटेज है. देर इज़ नो इन्फॉर्मेशन गिवन कि how many marks based on how many years, but if you look at the batch profile and see on an average 2 to 3 years is a sweet spot. So usually that's where you have like maximum marks, and the others it will be scaling down and up gradually. Okay, then you have 5% weightage to your past academic records, which is essentially your 10th, 12th and the graduation scores. So this is the weightage. Take a quick screenshot of this, register this in your head. This is going to be the process overview and the weightage for your final selections for NMIMS. Okay, what is the next process, next step ahead? Once you are done with your interviews, you will be receiving the final selection with a merit list. तो उसमें merit list number आएगा और उसके बाजू में you will have it written selected or not selected. You got to make sure you confirm your admissions, pay up the fees and get started with the college, right? But to reach that stage, let's make sure we work really hard and prepare for our interviews, what and the case based what especially अच्छे से. ठीक है, so quickly, people who have not yet started your prep, log on to your dashboard. In your dashboard, once you go there, you will see in the WATPI section, make sure you do these basic things which I'm suggesting for all of you guys. Building your interview answers. This has got different set of videos. The first top 4 video sections inside this, make sure you watch all of them. Then you come to non-IIM college dockets, read the NMIMS WATPI docket, entire experiences, transcripts of students from the past, which will help you to relate and prepare answers for yourself. Functional dossiers mein 5 dossiers you will skim through and speed read it. Marketing, finance, HR, strategy, current affairs. 5 dossiers to be read for sure. Then we'll come to the what topics and tips. In this, make sure you do the case based what and the business what for sure. बाकी सब बाद में करोगे तो भी चलेगा, no issues. And after that, read up your SOPs and make sure you are prepared to answer each and every word that you have written and go ahead. Essentially, the outcome that you need to look at is in the interview, you have to showcase at least 5 wow factors about you. Showcase your strengths. Why are you going to be a value add to the college? And how can they make the most of also having you in the campus? Alright, so this is it from my end. Wish you guys all the very best. Let's make sure we convert our NMIMS calls. We had 400 plus students converting it across campuses last year. Let's make it 500. Let's make sure you do well. And very important, last thing that you should not skip out is, please ensure before your actual interviews, you take your mock interviews. Go to the dashboard, book your NMIMS mock interviews, interact with your seniors and get feedback one-on-one. Build your confidence, and I shall see you guys tonight 10 p.m. in the WATPI class as well as the 9 p.m. NMIMS WATPI session. All right, all the best. Take care.